Do an impression.
1, 2, 3. I don't know.
We've recently found out that Busch Gardens has removed a few of their rides from their park. Luckily, however, they've added some new ones too, which is great. Way to step it up with the changing times there, Busch Gardens. So, Patricia and I decided to go on over there and to see what was new. We found out that they've got a new Sesame Street exhibit.
Hi, we are in Busch Gardens, and we're in Italy, and we just really had a really good lunch, and now we're waiting for the show to start.
Yeah, so we're going to watch the show here in Italy, and then we're going to go over to the Sesame Street exhibit? What do you call those things? What is it, an exhibit or a display? It's not, it's neither. It's not exactly a ride, is it? We're going to go to Sesame Street. We're going to go to Elmo's World, I guess, and then we're going to check out what Sesame Street has to offer all of those who have kids, and we'll give you a full report. Hopefully, as long as the battery does not run out, because I already checked it and it's got 2 bars left on the little battery icon. So, who knows, we might have to come back and make another special trip just to make this video work.
It's called Forest of Fun.
The Sesame Street Forest of Fun. Cool. Alright, bye. Having grown up on Sesame Street myself, I was excited to know that there were going to be characters walking around the park from Sesame Street. So I knew I had to check it out. Several of my friends whom I keep in touch with on Facebook wanted to know because they have a lot of little kids and they wanted to someday bring them over and show them what Sesame Street has to offer. We ended up going, just Trish and I, and we decided that it was going to be a little fun date, and I was going to go out there just for the Sesame Street stuff and to take her out for lunch. In the Italy portion of the park, there's a restaurant, and as soon as you get your food, you can go outside and eat either under an awning, or you can actually eat outside, no cover, from the elements. But you're sitting in front of a theater, and every so often a musical performance comes out, and it was really cool. I didn't get the whole thing on video, but we got a couple of things. The music was good. The performance was great, actually, all in all. My favorite was the girl that got on this little couch and she juggled a table that was pretty big, just with her feet. And that was pretty neat. I'd never seen that before live. We waited maybe 20 minutes after we ate because we were pretty stuffed, and we decided to walk on over to the Sesame Street park. Okay, we are in the Globe Theater. We're going to watch the Sesame Street Elmo 4D movie that they've got going and getting ready for. All of our glasses are ready, so we're ready, and it should be a pretty cool time. We have no idea what to expect. This is our first time, as this all is new, and so we'll have a full report afterward. Dork.
Everyone on Sesame Street is always so happy. Maybe not. What's wrong, guys?
We were going to show our cute furry little movies, but the projector broke. Yeah.
Hey Bert, let's imagine our movie. It can take place anywhere in the world.
Oh boy, I can see it now. Interior laundromat.
Actually Bert, I was thinking of someplace a bit more exciting.
A dry goods store?
No, I was thinking of the Sahara Desert, Bert. Lots of sand everywhere, Bert.
Well, needless to say, the Sesame Street park was pretty packed. As you would assume, it was mostly families with young children. And there was definitely stuff for everybody, because I think a lot of the parents that were there were, you know, in their 30s, maybe a little bit older, that knew about Sesame Street and watched it growing up and remembered the songs and the characters. Now, Elmo was not around when I was a kid. He came up sometime when I was early teen. I'd say maybe 12 or 13 years old. I'm not sure exactly. So I didn't know a whole bunch. I don't know a whole lot about Elmo, but I do know that he is like taken over the presence of Big Bird and Bert and Ernie and Oscar and everything else. It's like nobody else matters except Elmo. Elmo, Elmo, Elmo. The entire thing is Elmo. Go. We started walking around the park. We didn't exactly know where to go, so we just started walking straight. And we had to avoid the crowds. There were tons of strollers there that we were dodging and everything. And we ended up going there, and there was just a crowd of people on two sides, on either side of this walkway. And Patty noticed it first, but it happened to be Bert and Ernie. They were over there getting pictures and greeting the families and the kids. So I totally jumped at the chance, and luckily when we got to Bert, the crowd had dispersed. So we were up next, and we got a picture taken with him. And then Ernie came along, and he kind of walked over to us, and he took my hat. I had just bought this hat because I am not allowed to have too much sun exposure on my body at all, because I had sun poisoning back in, I think, 2006, and I am now a candidate for skin cancer if I continue to get too much sun exposure. So, doctor's orders. He took my hat, and I was like, what is he doing? Because I thought maybe he was fixing it at first, but he just took it right off once he got his big, furry, fuzzy hand, you know, to grip it, right? And stuck it on his head, and I was cool with it. So we got our picture taken like that. And then we started walking around the park. We checked out the roller coaster, which starts on one side of the walkway, and it goes over the walkway, so it was a really neat camera shot. And we checked out the stores, and of course they're going to sell all Sesame Street plush characters. One stop count.
Okay, that was dumb.
Then it was time for the show, and there's a little water park area in Sesame Street. Where the water shoots up out of the ground. So they announced that the water would be shut off for the show. So the water stopped shooting and pouring out of the buckets from above. And suddenly, oh gosh, I can't remember who was up there. It was Cookie Monster, Grover, Elmo, Zoe, and some other character, and I can't remember who it was. We hung out a little bit. We actually watched some kids on some of the rides.
It's pretty cool. There's little rides here. We're checking out the Loch Adventure. There's a little kid on a Loch Ness Monster boat coming. Let's take a look at it. That's pretty cool.
But all in all, guys, it was a fantastic little display of family, and it's a really great place to take young kids. Hopefully they don't freak out over the characters walking around. Definitely take your kids. It's a really fun time, even if you don't have kids. You know, if you know Sesame Street, if you grew up with it, and if you just enjoy it, just because you've got a little, you know, child in you still, check it out. It's a great time.
Another sunny day.